Honestly, I'm kind of done with productivity and self-improvement books. Hi, so today I'm going to talk about the books that I read in February. I'm actually recording this on Feb 21st. It's because I'm attending like 6 weddings this month and I've tried to read whatever the hard things about hard things. So I have seen this as like a book recommendation from many people, so I bought it. I read it and it's amazing. It's about how Ben started a business, his failures, and again like starting from 0 to 1 and then growing, all of that. But it's not his story entirely, it's basically into lessons. For instance, how to hire an executive, how to fire an executive, the company culture, what's important. It has a lot of these small chapters, which is easy to read, easy to comprehend. And it's interesting because he also writes his own personal stories to back his words. I think it's a really good read if you are an entrepreneur or a budding entrepreneur, or if you just like to read about people. Like some people just like to read about people's lives. I do. The second book that I finished was Feel Good Productivity by Ali Abdaal. I actually read it on Audible, and it was so nice. So I think the thing is that I don't finish books on Audible. Like I've only finished Priyanka Chopra's biography. But with Ali, I've been listening to his voice since 2020. So when he's talking, I'm automatically really interested. So I just thought I'm gonna hear his book because honestly, I'm kind of done with productivity and self improvement books. I feel I've consumed so much of that content. I know a lot of it already in a gist, even if I don't know the science behind it. But his book was really fun. It had really simple to follow techniques, and I loved the core value that he was promoting, which is that if you feel good while doing things, you will come back and do them. Whereas if you're pushing yourself too much, then you will automatically be unproductive. And he has also used a lot of research and studies and experiments in his book. I highly recommend it, especially if you want to be more productive. Another person whose voice I like listening to is Sadhguru, and his book named Karma had been in my wishlist for a really long time, but I kind of don't feel like reading philosophy right now. But I don't mind listening to it at all. Last night, when I was doing my hair and makeup for a wedding, I was just listening to his audiobook. It's really good because I just think, firstly, he has that charisma and that charm that when he speaks, you want to listen to him, you want to understand. And the stuff he talks about is the stuff that I'm into. So if you're not into that side of spirituality, about the importance of karma, sadhana, intention, all of that, then it might just be boring for you. But if you are, it's really good because it kind of explains this cute concept called karma, which a lot of us have misunderstood, right? I'm sure you have heard of the word karma and you're familiar with the concept, but he dives deeper into how much of it is in our control and how much of it is not in our control. Basically, what he advocates is that your life is a result of your doing, but a lot of us are too busy blaming it onto others. I'm glad I'm listening to this book because sometimes when you read such deep things, it just becomes a bit heavy to continue reading it. Like you cannot read in a long stretch. But with the audiobook, it's been a bliss. I am listening to it when I drive, I'm listening to it when I'm getting ready. And yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, the fourth book, I'm about to finish this. It's called Make Epic Money. I'm just in the last bit here. It's by Ankur Warikoo. I actually like have all his books. I actually messaged him telling that this is the best book that you've written. I can feel that you're speaking to me. It's really informative. It busts a lot of myths about personal finance, but most importantly, it breaks down personal finance very easily and clearly. So even if you know nothing about it, and you want a book to start with, I would say 100% go to this. Especially if you're in India, there's a lot that you'll be able to relate to when he talks about certain beliefs that we've been brought up with growing up. Like, for example, investing in FDs and the state of the country, inflation, all of that. But again, it's really easy to read. Like, I'll give you an example. Just see this. Like, it's just such less words in a page, which is ideal for a lot of you people who might not even read. And it also like ends with a summary, and it has some exercises, and also it has these QR codes for Excel sheets For instance, if you want to calculate if you should be getting a house or something, there's like there's like a QR code that you can scan and have the Excel sheet, put in the numbers, do all that jazz. I haven't, but for those of you who want to, I highly recommend it. So yeah, that's about it. Once I come back from the weddings, I think the book that I want to start with is this one. I love Heather Morris. I love reading about the Holocaust. I've read all her books. I was dying for a new book to come out. And about the audiobook, I don't know which one I'm going to read, but at least I found out the hack that my only way to finish an audiobook is listening to someone I'm used to listening to, as opposed to just any person reciting any book. So yeah, let me know what you think, and if you have any book suggestions, especially audiobook suggestions, please let me know.